Saturday 10th. Gentle breezes at southeast and cloudy weather. At 4 p.m. tacked and stood southwest until 8 a.m. when, being not above 3 or 4 miles from the shore, we tacked and stood off 2 hours, and then stood again to the southwest until noon, when, being in the latitude of 41 degrees 13 minutes south, and about 2 miles from the shore, the land of Cape Palliser, bearing south 53 degrees west, had 26 fathoms of water. Sunday 11th. PM had light breeze from the southeast. In the night it was calm until 9 a.m, when a gentle breeze sprung up at east-northeast, with which we made sail to the southward, having a large swell rolling in from that quarter. At noon was in the latitude of 41 degrees 6 minutes south, distant from the shore 1.5 leagues. A remarkable hillock, which stands close to the sea, bore north half east, distant 4 leagues. At this time 2 canoes came alongside the ship, with whom we had some little traffic, and then dismissed them. Monday 12th. Most part of PM had a fresh breeze at northeast, which by sunset carried us the length of Cape Palliser, and as the weather was clear, I had an opportunity of viewing the land of this cape, which is of a height sufficient to be seen in clear weather 12 or 14 leagues, and is of a broken and hilly surface. Between the foot of the high land and the sea is a border of low flat land, off which lie some rocks that appear above water. Between this cape and Cape Turnagain, the land near the shore is in many places low and flat, and appeared green and pleasant, but inland are many hills. From Cape Palliser to Cape Turnagain, the land is tolerable high, making in table points, and the shore forms 2 bays. At least it appeared so, for we were always too far off this part of the coast to be particular. The wind continued at northeast until 12 at night, when it died away and veered round to the west, and afterwards to south and south-southeast, little wind, so that by noon we had advanced no further than 41 degrees 52 minutes south latitude, Cape Palliser bearing north, distant 5 leagues, and the snowy mountain bore south 83 degrees west. Tuesday 13th. PM, light airs at southeast, the remainder calm. At noon found ourselves in the latitude of 42 degrees 2 minutes south, Cape Palliser bearing north 20 degrees east, distant 8 leagues. Wednesday 14th. PM, a fresh breeze sprung up at northeast, and we steered southwest by west for the southernmost land we had in sight, which bore from us at sunset south 76 degrees west. At this time we found the variation to be 15 degrees 14 minutes east. At 8 a.m. it felt calm. At this time we had run 21 leagues south 58 degrees west since yesterday at noon, which brought us abreast of the high snowy mountain, it bearing from us northwest in this direction. It lay behind a mountainous ridge of nearly the same height, which riseth directly from the sea and runs parallel with the shore, which lies northeast half north and southwest half south. The northeast end of the ridge takes its rise but a little way inland from Cape Campbell. These mountains are distinctly seen both from Cape Koamaru and Cape Palliser, being distant from the former southwest half south 22 leagues, and from the latter west-southwest 30 leagues. But they are of a height sufficient to be seen at a much greater distance. By some on board they are thought to be much higher than the peak of Tenerife, which I cannot agree to. Neither do I think them so high as Mount Egmont on the southwest coast of Ahinamue, founding my opinion on the summit of the latter being almost wholly covered with snow, whereas it only lies upon these in patches. At noon was in the latitude of 42 degrees 34 minutes south. The southermost land we had in sight bore southwest half-west, and some low land that made like an island lying close under the foot of the ridge, northwest by north, distant about 5 or 6 leagues. Thursday, 15th. In the PM, 4 double canoes, in which were 57 men, came off to the ship. They kept at the distance of about a stone's throw from us, and would not be prevailed upon to put alongside by all that Tupia could say to them. From this we concluded that they never had heard of our being upon the coast. At 8 p.m. a breeze sprung up at south-southwest, with which we stretched off south-east, because some on board thought they saw land in that quarter. We continued on this course until 6 a.m., at which time we had run 11 leagues, but saw no land but that which we had left. Soon after this it fell calm, and continued so for an hour. Then a light breeze sprung up at west, which afterwards veered to the north, and we stood to the westward. At noon, our latitude by observation was 42 degrees 56 minutes south, and the high land we were abreast of yesterday at noon, north-northwest, half-west. Friday, 16th. In the PM, had a light breeze northeast, with which we steered west, edging in for the land, which was distant from us about 8 leagues. At 7 o'clock, the southernmost extreme of the land in sight bore west-southwest, being about 6 leagues from the shore. Soon after this it fell calm, and continued so most part of the night, with sometimes light airs from the land. At daylight we discovered land bearing south by west, and seemingly detached from the coast we were upon. At 8 o'clock a breeze sprung up at north by east, and we steered directly for it. At noon was in the latitude of 43 degrees 19 minutes south. The peak on the snowy mountains bore north 20 degrees east, distant 27 leagues. The southern extremity we could see of that land bore west, and the land discovered in the morning making like an island, extending from south-southwest to southwest by west, half-west, distant about 8 leagues. Our course and distance sailed since yesterday at noon, southwest by west, 43 miles. Variation by this morning's amplitude, 14 degrees 39 minutes east. Saturday, 17th. PM. Stood to the southward for the land above mentioned, with the wind at north, a fresh breeze and clear weather. At 8 o'clock we had run 11 leagues since noon, when the land extended from southwest by west to north by west, being distant from the nearest shore about 3 or 4 leagues. In this situation had 50 fathoms, a fine sandy bottom. Soon after this it fell calm, and continued so until 6 a.m, when a light breeze sprung up at northwest, which afterwards veered to northeast. At sunrise, being very clear, we plainly discovered that the last mentioned land was an island, by seeing part of the land of Tovi Poinamu open to the westward of it, extending as far as west by south. At 8 o'clock, the extremes of the island bore north 76 degrees west, and north-northeast half-east, and an opening that had the appearance of a bay or harbour lying near the south point, north 20 degrees west, distant 3 or 4 leagues, being in 38 fathoms a brown sandy bottom. This island, which I have named after Mr. Banks, lies about 5 leagues from the coast of Tovi Poinamu. The south point bears south 21 degrees west from the higher peak on the snowy mountain so often mentioned, and lies in the latitude of 43 degrees 52 minutes south, and in the longitude of 186 degrees 30 minutes west, by observations made of the sun and moon this morning. It is of a circular figure, and may be about 24 leagues in compass. The land is of a height sufficient to be seen 12 or 15 leagues, and of a very broken, uneven surface, and hath more the appearance of barrenness than fertility. Last night we saw smoke up it, and this morning some people, and therefore must be inhabited.